everyone. What's up, everyone? Coach Tony here. I help high school families gain an unfair advantage in the college admissions process and graduate college debt-free. So if you're interested in tips, tricks, and secrets around the college admissions process or paying for college, I definitely invite you to hit that subscribe button, right? But for today's topic, we're gonna chat about the 2 requirements you need to apply to the UCs. That's correct. Only 2. So if you're looking to get to schools like UC Berkeley, UCLA, UCI, all the other UCs, there's only 2 requirements you need as a high school student to apply to these schools. So go ahead and get started. Requirement number 1, right? The first requirement that you need to apply to the UC schools is to complete your 15 years of A through G courses. Right? This is for every student in residential students in California and non-residents outside of California. Everyone needs to complete the A through G courses, right? So what are the A through G courses? The A through G courses are the subject-based classes. I'm sure a lot of you, as I go through this list, a lot of you actually are taking them right now in high school as well too. So as long as you hit these, right, you will fulfill the A to G requirements. You'll see it says 15 years. It sounds like a long time. I'm only in school for 4 years. How is it 15 years? We'll explain in a bit as well too. So moving on first to category number A. Category A is history, right? So with history, you need 2 years of history. How I've seen students get this done is they take 1 year of world history, 1 year of US history, world history, US history, 2 years done. So 2 years. That's A. That's category number A. Moving on, category number B is English. Category B is English. 4 years of English means if you take English every single year, 9th grade English, 10th grade English, 11th grade English, 12th grade English, boom, all 4 years are done as well too. Right? Moving on to category number C is math. Math requires 3 years. And with this, it's a few little things you have to know as well too. So with math, it begins at Algebra 1, right? So it begins at Algebra 1, meaning if you took, I know a few of you are rock stars, superstars who took Algebra 1 in 7th or 8th grade, that counts. That counts. You get credit right away. That's 1 year of math completed for you. So the first year of math is always the Algebra 1. So if you did finish that in middle school, the UCs will allow credit for that as 1 year of math, right? So the generic sequence is Algebra 1, Geometry, Algebra 2. Those are your 3 years. With geometry, it's very, very, very important that you do take geometry. So that is the one required math class that the UCs require. That some other schools don't care. I know some schools, you guys go from Algebra 1, Algebra 2, straight to Trig, right? That's your 3-class series. For the UCs, you must have geometry. So make sure you squeeze in geometry in there. It has to be just pure geometry class, right? Next one is category D, a science. 2 years of science, right? I see a lot of students meet this requirement with biology, chemistry, physics. 2 of those, boom, it works. You can also do earth science as well. I've seen earth science count for this. And then again, they'll vary depending on what classes your school offers. E, category E is a language other than English. You need 2 years of this. So with this category, right, it could be Spanish 1, Spanish 2. It could be French 1, French 2. It could be American Sign Language, ASL 1, ASL 2. 2 years consecutively in a foreign language. For example, that means if you took Spanish 1, French 1, that would not count. It has to be Spanish 1, Spanish 2, French 1, French 2, right? So that's how it counts for letter E. 2 years of foreign language. Moving on is visual and performing arts. So whatever arts it might be, orchestra, drama, computer graphic design, it's all based on what your school offers, right? That's what categories you pick for that, okay? And G is a college prep elective. There are special classes that schools designate as elective class. I've seen AP Psychology count under here. I've seen AVID count under here as well too. And here's a little ninja hack for you all. If you do extra years of the other categories from A to F, right? That will also count as a college prep elective as well. For example, let's say for science, it's 2 years required, but you took biology, chemistry, and physics. That third year of physics can count for your Area G college prep elective as well. Okay, so when you add all those years up, boom, that's how we hit that 15 years total. So you can go back, rewind the video, add up the numbers again. That's 15 years total. One thing you do have to keep in mind is like a little star, right? Next to the 15 years as well too. 11 of those years needs to be completed before you hit 12th grade. Meaning if you are a junior right now, you have to finish it before June of this year to be eligible to apply to the UC. So make sure you get 11 years done before you enter the summer going into your senior year. So that's requirement number 1, your A through G requirements, right? Moving on to requirement number 2, right? Requirement number 2, right? But first, right? That slip in there. But first, a lot of students think that the SAT and ACT scores are a requirement. Not anymore. So the UCs have gotten a few weird things this past few years, right? So it's changing up. It used to be required, not anymore. So let me update you on the current SAT and ACT scores and how they're being treated, right? So if you are class of 2022, means you are a junior at the time of this recording, means you're gonna graduate June 2022. Your the SAT, ACT is now test optional, right? Test optional means that you can submit your scores, right? You can take it or not take it. If you take it, you can submit your scores. If you don't take it, you're not going to get penalized for not submitting your score, right? So you can submit your score if you took it. If you didn't take it, don't worry. It's not the end of the world if you didn't take the SAT or the ACT. However, they did wipe out the need for the essay section. So if you do register for the ACT or SAT, you can definitely not register for the essay portion unless another one of your schools that you're thinking about, they require the essay, then might as well add the essay. If all your schools that you're applying to doesn't require an essay, you can just register for the regular SAT or the regular ACT there. If you are graduating fall, or if you're graduating and becoming a fall 2023 or 2024, meaning at the time of this video, you are currently a sophomore or a freshman, the UCs are gonna treat these tests as test blind, which means there's no need, they're not even consider the SAT for the purpose of admission. So for the purpose of admission, these aren't gonna be part of your decision-making process. However, they can use your SAT and your ACT score for 3 things. One is for course placement. Depending how well you do on certain scores, they can put you into certain classes in the college. Number 2, for certain scholarships, they may still require a test score, ST or AC test score. So that's where it can be used for. Or if you're in California as a California resident, there's the admissions guarantee, meaning if you score within top strat, you're guaranteed into a UC school, right? And moving on, so the current 8th graders at the time of scoring, moving forward as well too. So class of 2025, right? The UCs are actually preparing their own UC test, right? So their own UC prep test. So they're working on it behind the scenes. So there's 2 conditions that might happen. So by 2025, if they have that test ready and it's verified and it's all good, that will be the new test moving forward for everyone to take. If that test is not ready by 2025, it will permanently stay test blind for everyone else as well too. So keep that in mind. I'll update you as soon as I find out anything else. But as of right now, at the time of this video, these are the current test scenarios for all the different grades. Now moving back to requirement number 2, right? The only other requirement is the second and other requirement. First, you need the A through G. The second one you need is your GPA, your UC GPA, right? Has to be over a 3.0 if you're a California resident, meaning you're in California and you're a resident there. If you are not a California resident, you need a 3.4 GPA for non-residents as well too. So notice I say UC GPA, not GPA, right? So I'm gonna have another video explaining what the UC GPA is a little different than what the GPA you'll see on your high school transcripts. It only includes sophomore and junior grades. It doesn't include freshman grades or senior grades. But the UC GPA is soft, so general rule of thumb, sophomore, junior grades is your UC GPA there. And that's it. Those are the only two requirements you need to apply. So requirement one, make sure you complete your 15 years of your A through G courses, and make sure your UC GPA is at least a 3.0 for California residents and at least a 3.4 for non-residents. All right. Question of the day for you all. If you guys can answer the question for me in the comments, I really appreciate that. The question of the day is, what is one A through G class that you took or you are taking right now? One more time. What is one A through G class you took or are taking right now? Awesome. And with that, if you got any value out of this video, I would definitely appreciate smash that like button, and I'll see you all soon in the next video.